Testing 1, 2. It's another round of Joe Boy Plays Games. Hi there, it's me, Joe Boy. And you notice my kid is not here. See, Tiberius show. Tiberius is not here, so I get to play around with his equipment. And I'm going to play some of his games. And for those who don't been following along, we've been playing, what's it called? Factory Simulator. People are like, oh, it's just a stupid game. No, it's not. It's actually a math game, and I love math games. So we are going to see where things are at. So let's take a look, see, where are we at? Oh, yes, I remember. Now, the reason why I'm not sure is because I actually played this game on my cell phone as well, and I have my own version. I have the version for the show here because I want to make sure you guys understand what's going on and take it one step at a time, where my base on the other one is massively large, and I've expanded a lot of stuff. But for this purpose, we're trying to step by step, playing a run-through to see how to make a very efficient and profitable game. So in this way, we have let the game run for a little bit. It looks like I got 1,000 thing. Let's take a look. I have 0 of these in here, 1 there, which is about to hit. It's going to need in a minute. And here, so when it gets to 50, it's going to use that up. So we still got some juice going in here. And let's see, I got nothing in there. And this one, I've got some stuff, but nothing major. Everything has been sold on time. Okay, so this makes, so I have a whole lot of these, but not a whole lot of these. So speakers is a good money maker. So we got to find out what's going wrong in making more. Probably because we don't have enough of this to do it. So let's just go ahead and make, let's see, we've been making and selling plates because that's the most profitable item in the low game. So let's go ahead and try to separate out another item. So over here we were separating out the tin, and over here we are separating out the iron. Okay, so there's a lot more stuff to do with iron. And we could do a lot more stuff with iron. So let's go ahead and just grab a few more resources on that. So let's go ahead and we're going to put another one of these, but here, like that. And then we're going to go ahead and put some furnaces below that. What am I doing here? Furnaces. There you go. Boom. Boom, boom. Okay. And voila. That should be pretty easy. Then, of course, we're going to want to have a couple splitters. We're going to put one there, one there. That works. Nope. Do that again. Do. And then we're going to rotate them around. That and like that, and of course you're going to want to have one of these on the end. Bingo. So that way, as things come in, we can roll them around and do that. So let's see, this is burning. We got 45, we got 7, and we've got 1. So let's go ahead and move that there, that there, that there. That way we don't lose anything. And let those run through. Okay, we'll do that. That there, highlight. There we go. So there we go. This one is on a 1 for the red. This one needs to be on 2. For those who don't know, when you're doing long lines of stuff, the red one is the one that carries on to the next row. So the first one you want to have 1, the next one you want to mark as 2, the next one as 3. So they have an even distribution throughout the area. This way, when he starts dropping, I'll go 1, 2, 3 and fill them up and keep them running at a smooth pace. So with that, we're going to have ingots coming out of here, And what do we want to do with ingots? I think we should get some extruders. Put one like that. And if we're going to get iron ingots, we can make stuff. And in this case, what do we want to make? Let's go ahead and find out what items we want to make. If we make locks, we need gears and we need rods. So let's have this one make gears and this one make rods. Simple enough. And that will continue to go. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, let's make another set. Do another furnace. And yes, I know we're not putting enough volume to need it, but we are going to increase the volume over time. So you want to have the ability to do it as soon as available. Right now, this is just dropping in here. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. That is dropping stuff in there, which we, of course, can then unload all into that. So the next step is easily going to be, let's do that, and rotate them like that. And then take this, and there we go. So now everything's dropping right into there. So we're going to get a whole bunch of that, these rods, and that, and this needs to be rods. Okay. So this way we are getting a nice high volume of 4 sets of rods and 2 sets of those. So in the future, when we decide to build locks, we've got them easy, ready-made. Okay? But we don't need to build the locks right now. We just need to store them. It's not costing us any much effort. It gives us 2 more power. And notice we're not having any problems with power. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 power things and a spare. The 12 power things, of course, are going to bring 24. We're only using 20, so that's not bad. Now we're still having a little bit of overage here and making plates and dropping them off. So what if we wanted to use those plates? Maybe make something else. So let's turn around and see what we have available to us. And do we have a smelter? Yes, we do. Let's take a look at that. Let's go ahead and make a smelter like that. And a smelter would be nice to have. Tell it to rotate. And then let's take this. Yes. And tell that to rotate. This needs 10. Oh. And it needs copper. This is making copper. So what is the problem? Oh, it's plates. That's why. So let's continue to have that cell. And we'll take this one and move it here because that's what we really want. Let's take a look at how many plates. We only got 1 plate being made at a time. Let's rotate this one down. That way we can get those to start filling in. And we rotate that. There. So the reason why I'm going to do this, I'm not unlocking the sides yet. We want to see what's available. This is here. So we can take this and move it over here. Rotate it once and unload. Let's see if we can sell that. And we've got no ingots. What we need is 10 ingots. Do we have any 10 ingots anywhere? No, we are not salvaging 10 ingots anywhere. So that we are going to have to solve. Okay, in the meantime, let's take all this and unload. And let's go ahead and give ourselves some 10 ingots. So we're going to do that. We're going to put that guy over there. And let's put a furnace. That should be enough to give us some ingots. And we can go ahead and buy a... There we go. Where are we? A loader. I'm just going to drop those in there and then get us a splitter. And that's already pointing in the right direction. And boom, boom. So that will turn around and fill this out and put some of those ingots in there. So now we're getting extra storage of ingots. And so currently we have 4 things of tin, and we have 4 things, I believe, of right, 4 things of... We haven't done that splitter yet. That's why. So take this, rotate it there, and then move it there. That will help. This one, the red is 1. This one, the red needs to be 2. This one, the red needs to be 3. Okay, so there we go. And then we've got 2 spares. And so we got a pretty clean, very tight setup designed just to get and make resources. We're auto-selling everything we need. And so the next step, of course, is to just produce more and more and more. Are we gathering some of these? So there we go. We just unload them into here. Where is that unload going? Of course, that wasn't an unload. My error. That is a load only. So what we need is an unloading one. Okay, there's the unloading one. So the unloading one is pretty handy because it only unloads. Okay, but it can put it anywhere. So I could turn around, take this, drop it there, and then rotate that. Now, why would I go through that extra effort? Because I'm going to take this and put it here. I want to have 2 sets of making sure that everything works the way I want it. And there's a reason for it. I take these and I say unload them all. Okay, that puts them in here. I know that I need only one to get going. So I'm going to take this and say unload all. People say, well, why didn't you just do it from the first one? Because this is going to go back into there and put in my bronze. Okay, so again, this is just light work on the side because what I care about is producing the tin and the iron. Get that rolling the way I want. But while I've got nothing to do, I'm going to let that run. Now that we've got power is getting up there, let's see what an extra drill is going to cost. 500, and just drop that in there. Boom. Okay, the next drill is going to be 750. We don't have enough money for it, so let's just go ahead and place these. Get my next splitter down. That one is at 3. Make this one at 4. And then I can take this, move it over, and then turn this guy on. Okay. So, remember, I told you guys not to worry about research right away. Well, research, you've got different things you can make. Of course, we're eventually going to want to make the keyboard, which I think is one of the most profitable. But once you start making keyboards, you have to continuously earn money and pay it out. And I don't want to do that till we have over 1,000 and we're keeping on average. All this stuff, it's going to take a while to get to. There's no hurry. Improvements can increase the benefits you get from selling price, building price, which is not that great because let's face it, if you sell it, you get the money then. You get half the money later, not so much. Energy production is useful. Energy consumption, again, half. I like doing two energy consumption and one energy production. It kind of depends on how much you need, because if it doesn't need it and you're spending less, it won't turn them on. So there's no major loss. Secondary ore, doubling up your ore. That's nice end game. I don't think you need it right away. It does screw up your math and gives you extra resources. Research, I highly suggest research. We've already increased it once, and so we need to do it again later to get to 1%, but we've increased it once already to increase the amount of research that we get every time we make speakers or something else. But blueprints, that's what I want to do. Blueprints allows us to improve our coal generation right away. So let's see what it requires. It requires a bunch, let's see, 4 of these circuits, some of the things, and what is this? Aha, bronze plates. Knew there's a reason why we were trying to set up bronze. So that's what we're going to focus on, getting that in some turbines, which needs a mechanically assemble. So that's going to require a number of things. So let's see what we have. Do we have any of those things? Looks like we got those. We got those. Hey, we even got those. So do we have everything to make that? Wouldn't that be nice? 1, 2, 3. Looks like we do. Okay, so that's pretty handy. Let's see if we can find one of those mechanical things. Mechanical assembler. Oh, they're $80. Let's go ahead and put it right over there. Boom. There we go. And for the time being, I'm going to borrow this guy and move him over here. We can load up the assembler with stuff. And I will buy another one of these unloading areas. You could never have too many unload areas. They're pretty handy to have. So in this case, I know that I wanted to have turbines. The iron turbine requires 6 of those, 2 of those, and 4 of those for each one. So how many of those do we need? We need 4. Okay, so we come over here. So 4 times 6 is 24. So we just go, hey, I need 24 of those. Unload, and they're there. Okay? We're going to need 4 times 4 is 16 of those. So 16. Boom. And let's see. And 4 times 2 of those, 8. Boom. 8. Unload. Once it's unloaded, you don't need this anymore. You can sit there and move it right back. And why would you want to do that? Because the unloader might want to unload all that. And unloads it again. As you notice, they're my bronze. And why do I need bronze? Because we know stuff is coming. I'm going to take this guy over here. I can make bronze plates. So why not turn it around so it faces the box? And now tell the box to face that. If you see, the box in the facing is handy because I can now unload all that stuff into there, and now it's going to take it and send it right back. So I can get those lovely bronze things that we needed, and we need 32 of them. Okay? So 32 is going to take a little bit of time to get here, but this is rolling on. Notice we still have 800 and something gold. We're doing okay. Let's take a look at our resources. That's up there. 219, no 219, 144. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I buy 5, it's going to spend my money now. Let's go ahead and do that. So I say I'm going to buy 5 of them, and I go. And with that, each one of these got 1. Pretty handy. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, cool thing to understand is you at one point you're going to want to take this and put on the auto buy feature, and you can put it will buy 1 every so many seconds. If you say every 60 seconds it will buy 1, and it will drop it in there. And that's very handy. But you really don't need it until you have at least 10. Okay, and I'll explain to you why. Because each one of these holds 300, and it takes 10 seconds each. So that's 300 seconds for 1. Okay, if you're doing 10, that means you're going to be rolling through and need about 1 every 90 seconds if you have a row of 10. So the math is there. It's very simple. Once you get 10, tell it to go every 90 seconds, and it'll run through an autofill for you. I don't want to autofill right now because I want to watch my money and make sure I grow with the speed of how money is growing. Okay, I've got 8. I need 32, which means I don't have enough. But I got 16 of these suckers over here, so we're going to tell those and unload them. And they're just going to make those. So we're going to let that keep running while I work on... Oh, I got the 4 there and I got this, so all I got to do is waiting on that. So that's really handy to have that there. And after that, the next thing you might want to look into after coal generation is increasing this, which requires more of these, and some of those. So we're going to have to get a spare... Where we go? Where is this guy? Extruder. Boom. And I like to drop them up there. It's never a bad thing to have a couple of these lying around. And that gets us the drill bits that we need. That's going to take 10 iron. And I'm going to just take this and replace that. Bring it over here. And I need how many of those drill bits? That makes 1 for 10. And it says I need 4. So that means I'm going to need 40 of them. So I come over here. Huh. Do I have no iron by itself? Wow, we are so far behind and coming up with making sure we have extra stuff. So I have lots of those, and those, but I did not set aside iron on its own. Okay, guess where I don't want to do that yet. I got so low on money. Questions. What do you do? I don't want to grow too fast too quickly, because if I do it too quickly, we'll draw up the power. We have to upgrade the power first. So we're going to hold off and wait. While we wait, why don't you guys put in the comments stuff you want to know? Like, why in the world do I like factory games and math? I think math is like the coolest thing you could ever do. And I have my game over here. Let's see if I can... Let's do this. Let's put this up to the screen so you can see I have a very simple factory that makes 17,000 research there and almost 60K. And it's a very basic factory. Having a basic factory is not bad. On this side, as we're manually making things, that's not horrible to do on the start, especially if it's just to get a research item. I only use the handmade stuff to do research. And there's a simple reason why, and that is research is easy to get something quickly and to get an added benefit, but you eventually want to make a long-term path to continually gather more and more resources. So, if you hadn't noticed, I have made these little groups. This group is all tin, and this group is all iron, with the exception of some of the tin coming into here to make that circuit. Okay, so over here is going to be all copper, and then merging again with some of the tin pieces to make bronze. So each item can benefit from each other, but you want to lay out in stacks in lines so that you can separate them out and adjust them as needed, and do so quickly by just highlighting them and moving them without costing the game too much, because you're going to change your base again and again and again and again. Okay, right now we're producing 2 of these in here and 1 of these that's also sharing with that. And notice I still have way too many of these compared to this. So eventually you're going to have 5 that are, 4 of them are producing these components, and one is producing those, all going into that. Then you'll end up having 2 more making components and one that is just making ingots to be used for bronze. So it makes a big difference how fast and what you're producing. But how are you going to get to where you have 5, 6, 7, 8 across just for tin? In order to do that, you're going to need a row of 10 of these. And we're not in a hurry to make that row of 10 because we don't need that power to go out yet. So 44, that's good. And this needs more tin. Do I have any more tin? Yes. Unload all that. Take that. And we're going to, don't forget, we got to rotate it. Just point the right way. And then unload all that. So, do I have enough to complete this? 4 bronze plates. I know what's wrong. Those bronze plates are not in an intake. So we unload those bronze plates. There we go. And there we go. So we got the bronze plates. Tell that to unload those up there. And we should have enough for this research. Click on it. 1, 2, 3. Everything's there. It's going to cost us 100. We've got plenty of that to do. And it's going to take 9 minutes. So because of that, I'm going to sit there and say, you know what? While we're at it, let's take a look at the keyboard. And start that keyboard. Because we're not going to want to do the keyboard anyway. We ball up. Take a look at what the keyboard costs. It costs a circuit, wiring, and oh my goodness, we're going to need plastic. Plastic is available in the shop, which means we have to buy it. Plastic costs 10. If plastic costs 10s and you need 4 of them to make a keyboard, that's $40 has to be spent to make a keyboard. Okay, back to your math. We only make $12 on the keyboard, but we get 7 research, and that's why we're doing it. We're doing it for the research, not for the money. Getting $12 is okay, but we can get a lot more money just making plates and pumping them out the door a lot faster. The keyboard does take 60 seconds, and the plate only takes 10, so we can make a lot more plates and more money on the plates than the keyboard. But for now, we're going to just slowly get there and work one step at a time. So let's take a look. We've got some more of these. Boom. Is that still going? So notice the key things is making sure things are pointed in the right direction before you unload. But for every one of these get there, I'm able to get a lot more back. Okay? And notice all that's coming in here now is my copper. So that works. It's very simple, makes life easy and smooth. So what are we missing? Missing money. Could use a lot of money. I think I messed up. You guys didn't see me move that stuff around, did you? Man. I just noticed the camera was messed up. How come no one told me? Well, that's going to be boring. I got to find people going to be able to log off a lot faster that way. Oh my goodness, guys, you got to tell me this stuff. Okay, if you missed it, we've unlocked the keyboard. We've unlocked the coal generator. It's going to take time to do it. We have this is our tin generation. This is our iron generation. And this here is our little bronze, from copper to bronze, and just going straight. We're not making anything with copper right now. It's not needed. Sorry about the messed up camera angle, but hey, if you actually stuck around this long to watch, continue watching, I am shocked, but hey, I'll take it. As you can tell, we're just putting little guys around so that we can make and move things quickly when we need it. And then here's where we're doing our bronze stuff, and we're not even selling it anymore. We're just taking it up and using it. Okay. The reason why is because you're going to need lots and lots of bronze for all these upgrades. Okay. Now it looks like we are going to need this and this. 10 iron. And we have none of those. So let's take this. Do we have? Oh, we have no iron generation. That's why. I guess we'll unlock this. Unlock that area. Okay. And we'll take that. And we'll move it there and take that, move it there. Get some more of this. There we go. And that way we can go ahead and make some more fun things. And we will drop those there. Drop some furnaces there. And let's do this. We'll drop those there for now, but we're going to need, if we're doing, this is iron, we're going to definitely need some iron plates. And we're just going to need raw iron there. So let's go ahead and let's just do that. And there we go. That should give us pretty much everything we need to do. This has got to be 1. This has got to be 2. This has got to be 3. This has got to be 4. And this one is going to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we have, check this out. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers just for iron. Okay. And only 4 for tin. So we're going to have to increase the tin soon. And we got some money. This is still operating over here. We got plenty going through. 14 left. Well, that's not a whole lot, so let's bring that 10 over. And no, we don't want to unlock that. And bring that 10 over. It's going to come right back. And we've got 56 of those, so let's rotate that around and send them upstairs. So while that happens, everybody's going to come back here. We got lots and lots of plates, which is something that we need, and that makes life very simple. In the meantime, let's take a look at increasing our productivity here. So we're going to take this and move it on this side since it's our little workbench, and we don't need to do a whole lot of that right now. And let's focus on building 2 of those, and building those, putting some furnaces. Okay, and with that, we got to decide what we're going to do with it. Okay. I am going to eventually, let's go ahead and here we go. Oh, we're out of money. Gosh, darn it, isn't that always the problem? Need money. How do we get money? Well, we can come over here and sell some things. Got a little bit of trash. Really want to keep most of this stuff, but I can sell some of that. Let's sell 100 of those. Gets a little bit of money, and that way we can turn around and have enough to make what we need. We need wire mills. Boom, boom. Here we go. So I'm going to take that and switch them. That works for me. And we take that and that, switch them. So now they're live. Okay. And so this one should be 1. This one gets to be 2. And this one gets to be 3. And so 1, 2, 3. And this one then gets to be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoving things down that end, which is good. Now we're going to go ahead and look for one of these suckers. Can I put that there without a problem? Yes, I can. And then we're going to take these guys, move it over 1. And let's take that, put it there, and rotate it. Okay, we're going to do that one more time anyway. And then that there, and rotate it. So this way, that one's going to go to there and be sold. This one is, what are we making here? We're making the speakers and selling it. So that is dropping in there. So we just need one more of these. This costs 50. And where are we at? There we are. So now we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, this and the other. So when these are full, understand, it has to show that they're full. When these are full, this will have optimized 1, 2, 3, 4 of these controllers, and this is going to drop down. So how do we make sure it drops down safely? Well, we still have way too many in there. I'm going to put 1 down here. I'm just going to make it even right now. Let these go evenly and see how that rolls. That should be enough to build it out. This has coming in here, and as long as half's going that way, half's coming in here, we shouldn't have an overflow. So with that, I am going to go ahead and stop and let this round stop for now. Thank you for watching Joe Boy Plays Games. I hope you had some fun. Sorry about the camera work, but I'm working on it, trying to get it all fixed up. But have fun, enjoy, keep gaming, and hope you enjoyed some of that factory simulator. This is Joe Boys Play Games. Over and out.